tribe, welcome back. I know I have been missing on this YouTube streets for way too long, okay? Way too long. But I'm back and I'm so excited for this whole year. There are so many good things that are happening already, but I'll let you in on those a bit later. So for those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, or for those of you who are new to the tribe, welcome. And today, tribe, I don't have a topic per se, but I just wanted to welcome you, number one. But secondly, talk about my book. Yay! You're not broke, you're pretty rich. It's been doing very well. It has been doing very well. You can get the book at any exclusive books around the country. And it has been so well received. It really has been so well received. I was in Cape Town last week sometime, I think about Wednesday, and it was the number 4 best-selling book under the business genre. And I was so freaking excited. So I'll tell you something. So normally when I love going to bookstores, number one, but since I've written a book, I try not to go to my section because I'm like, what if it's buried under somewhere, and people can't even see it. But I was so excited when I got to the airport at Exclusive Books. They had it there, and it was the number 4 best-selling business book. So thank you for everyone who's been buying it. And I know I've been getting quite a lot of reviews from you guys, and it has been absolutely amazing. It really has been. So also check out an interview I did on Afternoon Express. I'll leave it in the link below. And also an interview I did on SAFM, also I think it was last week, which was very good. So I'll also leave that in the link below. All right, so let's just, like I said, I don't have a topic today. It's just to welcome you back and say hey, and welcome all the new tribe members. But yeah, maybe I'll just chat a little bit about some of the themes that I've been talking about lately. Specifically today, actually, because I was giving a talk with Native Child, their hair brand, natural hair brand. I've got my natural hair underneath, by the way, if you didn't know. Just that I never know what to do with my natural hair. I never know what to do with it. I grow it out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grow a beautiful afro, but halfway through, not even halfway through the year, normally by November, I'm heart full with work, I'm exhausted, I've overworked myself, and I don't know what to do with my hair. So normally I cut my hair almost every year. But this time around, in 2019, I didn't cut it. And it's like a nice little afro, I don't know how big it is now, but yeah, somewhere thereabout. So, I got some amazing goodies. I'm looking at them now and I thought, goodness, I should have brought them. But anyway, I got like a really amazing goodie bag. I'm hoping for the best for my afro. So anyway, before I started speaking about my afro, so one of the questions when I was giving a talk today, the focus really was, how do you set yourself up for success in 2020? How do you make sure that you handle your finances in such a way that you feel like you've succeeded at the end of the year, right? And for me, right, I actually wrote an article about this, and we did a podcast with Maya. So our podcasts are back, guys. We do a weekly, not once a month, not sometimes. We do a weekly podcast, myself and Maya Fisher-French, about the articles that we're writing for City Press. So I'm still writing for City Press even this year. So those are the topics we discuss, are what we've written about. And what I had written about this past week, which is coming out on Sunday morning, what I wrote about was, how do you set achievable goals for the year, right? How do you actually achieve your goals at the end of the year? I think every single person, we all do our goals beginning of the year. We're excited. There's like a lot of euphoria about, oh no, this year's gonna be different, this year I'm gonna get my money right, oh, this year I'm gonna lose weight, this year I'm finally gonna get out of debt. All of these things, we throw out statements. I think that's what we do. And we actually don't know how to set goals as people. I myself, I know I have said some stuff which I knew for sure, but they were nice to say, but in actual fact, it wasn't a goal. It was more like a wish, I will lose weight this year, or but we make very blanket statements, just kind of hoping for the best outcome at the end of the day. And to tell the truth, it doesn't work like that. We know that it doesn't work like that. You have not gotten results because it does not work like that. So in the article, I was talking about how to set SMART goals, right? How do you set SMART goals? I know you've probably had it over and over and over and over and over again. What SMART is, it's specific, it is measurable, it is, what was the other one? SMART, how do you spell it? Just hold on, I have it somewhere here. But you know what it means, man. You know what it means. That your goals must be time-bound, attainable, all of those things. But actually, how do you do that? How do you do that with a goal? How do you turn your financial goal into a reality? So, for example, you want to go on holiday. And let's say you want to go to France, you want to go to Japan, you want to go to Mauritius, you want to, wherever you want to go. You have to write it down and say, you know what, this trip will cost me this much. So for example, let's say it's going to cost you 100,000, right? By the end of the year, you know that you want to go in December. So setting a SMART goal, you first need to know how much this thing is going to cost you, because if you don't know, then you're just wishing. Then you have to find the money to do what you want to do, right? And there's two ways in which you can do this. One, you have to find it somewhere in your budget. Find it, or get an extra income, okay? So if within your budget it doesn't allow, or within your budget there are things that you feel like you do not want to let go of, then you're gonna have to find the money elsewhere. So setting SMART goals, it could be definitely a holiday, it could be getting out of debt. I know that's a big one. Every single year people say, you know what, this is the year I'm going to get out of debt, this is the year, I'm going to get my shit together, excuse my French. But we don't. As people just don't do that, right? So, actually, one of the things that I've seen, people will say, you know what, I'm waiting for my bonus. For most of you who are working in the private sector, I know your bonuses are coming March, April, been there, done that, and your increases are also coming, okay? So normally people use their bonuses to pay off debt, and it's good for a while, but you go back to the same habits of getting into debt. So that free money, if you want to call it that, always just gets lost down the drain, because you accumulate debt every single year, then you pay it off with a bonus, you can't wait to pay it off with a bonus, then then that's it. Then again, you start the same thing over and over again, and it hasn't worked. It does not work. So yes, I'm an advocate for saying pay off your debt, but if you have been paying it with your bonus every year, and every single year you find yourself in the same situation, maybe don't do that this year. Maybe just I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe don't do that this year. Maybe this year and say, you know what, I'm going to take a little bit and put it into the debt, pay some of the debt off, the most expensive debt. Then the rest, put it into an emergency fund and say, I will work out a debt plan. I'm not going to wait for some windfall that's going to happen. Because we wait for these big windfalls in our lives, and even when they do come, it's amazing. We are able to do what we need to do, but our habits haven't changed. I mean, I have not watched this show. What do they call it? I blew it. Yes, I've heard. I saw a clip about it, and I want to say I laughed. I kind of did. I really laughed, but it pained me looking at it, right? Because I can't remember whether it was a man or a woman. She had won 13 million rand, and she had blown it. So for me, it goes back to that thing, okay? you know what, it doesn't matter how much money you make or how much of a bonus you get, how much of a windfall you get. If you have not built the good habits over time, you will find yourself in the same situation over and over and over and over again. And you'll be watching my videos, everybody's videos, you'll be reading the book, but if you have not changed your habits, nothing will. Okay, so that's the first thing. That fix your habits, have a plan, have it written down, call a friend, someone you can trust and say, you know what, this year, this is what I'm going to do. Hold me accountable to it, and those are some of the topics that I do address in the book. So another question that I really liked, and I've said this over and over and over and over again here, is that because it was a graduate, I think she's in her second year, and she was trying to find out, how do I start managing my money well once I start working? And I think that's a perfect time to really educate yourself about personal finance, earlier the better. But if you find yourself or someone who's about to graduate, start talking to them about money, start encouraging them to start watching videos, reading books, my book, start engaging, reading blogs and all sorts of things to learn how to manage money once they start having money. And my advice to her was, pay yourself first. I don't care what your first job is, how little it pays you, because people always complain. I've complained as well in the past. No, it doesn't pay a lot. I don't care. I really don't care. If you pay yourself first, you build a muscle to put money away, to put money away, to make sure that you pay your holidays cash. You don't use a credit card, you don't even use an overdraft. It just builds such a good habit of putting money away. So the first thing, anyone who is just about to graduate, even if you've been working forever, practice the habit of paying yourself first this year. Okay, and maybe I should do a challenge. Just that, with me and challenges, sometimes I get busy, then I forget to do a video. But I think it's important. I think we must build that habit, that muscle of paying ourselves first, regardless of what happens. Actually, someone gave me such a good example. This is a real life example. I was in a meeting last week in Sandton with one of the financial services, and they were telling me how their friends started paying themselves first, how they got a bonus, and the difference that so let's say she used to earn 5,000 as an example, and her increase took her to 8,000, right? So there's a 3,000 difference that she did not have before. What most people do, they let inflation creep in. So all the stuff that you didn't have before, now they become a necessity. So now your budget goes to that extra 3,000, which you never had to begin with, right? So people always find ways to spend money. That's the thing. If you don't pay yourself first, you will always find a way to spend money. Money is there, you will spend it, right? So what this lady did, with the increase, let's say it was a 3,000 increase, she said, you know what, I'm not going to touch it. I actually don't really need it. Whatever debts that I do have, I will find money in my budget and I will start paying it off like that. Because again, people expect a cash windfall, then they have the same habits, then things just go down the drain over and over again, right? So she was saving the difference every single month, and she wanted to register for her master's this year. So this happened last year already. And this year when she registered for her master's, they were like, okay, these are the fees. But in her mind, it didn't even click that, you know what, possibly the difference that she's been saving could go towards the fees. For her, it was just saying, you know what, I'm making a commitment to start saving my increases. I'm not going to start living up to my increases anymore. I'm sick and tired of that life. It hasn't worked, so I'm going to try something new. And she did. And lo and behold, you know what happened? When it was time to pay for her fees, she didn't pay them installment. She didn't do that. She had enough money. She says that she was left with $500 just to pay off her entire fees. So all the money that she saved was able to pay for her MBA. That is the power of saving or even investing. So she decided to save it because it was more of a short-term thing, but she had money, she had cash flow, and that's powerful. That's what we're looking for, So for me, really, Tribe, I hope that this year you give yourself that freedom, because money can bring that type of freedom. She didn't have to go and take a study loan. She didn't go ask for some aid or ask from family to sponsor her, or she had the money, and only because she was diligent enough to pay herself first. And I hope that story encourages you this year to start paying yourself first more seriously. It doesn't have to be 3,000, it has to have to be 5,000, it doesn't have to be 15,000. Yes, some people can do that, and if you can do that, do it. But also, if you can do it with $100, do that. If you can do it $200, do that. Push yourself. This is the year that you push yourself. You know what? I actually had so last year I had an email from one of my tribe members. I won't mention her name, but I know she watches, and I really wish I could read you the email. But she had said that she had been in debt, and now they're trying to sort their lives out. The husband. And this year, in January, 2 weeks ago exactly, she sent me an email. She sent me a DM. So Tribe, clearly I have not done this in a very, very long time. The camera died on me because I had not charged it enough. But I thought, I need to finish this and get it out of the way, okay? So that's why now you see this whole setup here of the products that I got from Native Child. But in any case, what I was saying, so a year later, one of the tribe members sent me a DM and said, I have followed through with my goals. I have followed through. I have paid off all their debt. And she actually sent me a video of all the debts that have been paid off, all of it. The only debt that was outstanding now is the bond, and obviously now she's going to put more money into it. But the whole point, guys, the whole point here is that she had a plan, she stuck to it, and she did it. She did it. Obviously, I'm sure there were quite a lot of sacrifices along the way. There were quite a few things that, I don't know, maybe she had to pull back on, that she had to find extra income. But the point is that she did it. So even you going into 2020, please believe it. Please believe that you can get out of debt. Please believe that you can start investing, learning of new different ways to invest so that your money does work for you. If you're thinking about offshore, it should not be intimidating. Again, I will go back, maybe the next video that I will do, I think I said this earlier, now I'm getting confused, is I want to talk about my investment strategy for 2020. I know other people like property, other people like shares, other people like, there's so many things that you can invest in, but I will talk about simple things that you can start investing in, whether you have bucket loads of money or not, So yes, guys, so that is it for this video. And excuse me for the glitch, but like I said, I just want to commit and get it done regardless of the glitches. That's life, that's part of life. Things don't have to be perfect. Remember to get the book from Exclusive Books. It retails for $230. If you're new to the tribe, again, welcome. You can follow me on Instagram at Mapalomaku, and my Facebook page is Woman and Finance, and also on Twitter. That's a topic for another day, Twitter, because I never know what to do with Twitter, but I do have a page there. It's called Woman and Finance. I do post a lot, not a lot, but whatever I post on another platform, I just kind of put there. But yeah, Twitter is a weird place for me, okay? But I know it's useful, so I'm also there. I put informative stuff as well, so please do check it out, and don't forget to buy the book. Why don't you have the book? Why don't you have a copy? Why haven't you bought it for your entire family? Why? Go get yourself a book. See you soon, tribe. Bye.